Hey Carsplainers, how's it going? Today we are going to do a very exciting good, better, best on the Genesis GV80. This is the first SUV for the Genesis brand. It follows the G80 sedan, then came the G90, and then the G70, but this is their first GV80. It's going to be followed by a GV70. We've seen some spy shots of that, even on our own channel. But this GV80 is really going at a key segment, the premium mid-size utility segment. So this, might have competitors like a BMW X5, a Mercedes-Benz GLE class, a Volvo XC90, and then to some extent the Lexus RX, Acura MDX, kind of SUVs in that range. So let's jump in and dig in and see where the good stuff is. Okay, so while the European brands will typically give you a smattering of various packages and then single standalone options, Genesis swings a bit in the other direction, splitting up their model line into distinct grades or trims. This is definitely a little bit less flexible, but it also means that once you decide what you want, there's a much greater likelihood that a dealer in your city will actually have the configuration you want. So the GV80 comes with a standard 2.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine with prices starting out just under $50,000. This is roughly $6,000 under where the Mercedes GLE class starts, and right about equal to the Volvo XC90, which feels about right for the brand. Both of those also start out with a similar turbo 4-cylinder engine. The all-wheel drive GV80 jumps and starts at nearly $56,000. That would be about equal to the Audi Q7. On the Asian side of the equation, this would be roughly $4,000 to $5,000 higher than the base Lexus RX or the Acura MDX. But please note that this doesn't account for differences in equipment. Maybe if there's a lot of questions about that, or if you're interested in it, we can do a comparably equipped analysis. And so let us know in the comments if that's something that you think you'd be interested in. The 2.5-liter turbo is available in 3 trims: Standard, Advanced, and Prestige. It should be noted that content is not the same for respective trims across rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive. That's sometimes a bit confusing. So when looking at these prices, it's not that the all-wheel drive on the 2.5T costs $6,000. There's a lot of different content that kind of comes along with that. But I imagine there's not a lot of customers that are choosing between rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. So just pay attention for whichever drive group and engine that you're most interested in. The available 3.5-liter turbo V6 has 3 main trims as well. The Advanced Plus, really the only addition being the configuration for third-row seats. When all is said and done, you could be looking at a GV80 with a price tag that brushes up against $72,000. That again may seem high, but as we'll soon find out, that's for an extremely well-loaded example. The base 2.5T rear-wheel drive comes pretty well equipped for a sub-$50,000 model. You get the full suite of safety as well as fairly advanced driver assistance tech as standard. This includes active blind spot detection, as well as their highway driving assist, which has vehicle lane centering and adaptive cruise control kind of merged together. The signature lighting on the headlamps and taillights are standard, so they'll all look pretty good from the outside and at night. No leather here, but leatherettes have gotten very good, and it's similar to what Lexus, Mercedes, and BMW offer on their base vehicles. As an added bonus here on the GV80, you do get the stitched, sewn look on the dashboard itself, which is a pretty premium touch. Also standard is the massive 14.5-inch touchscreen infotainment screen. It does have CarPlay and Android Auto, but no mention of whether these connectivity systems are wireless or not. You also get 3 years of connected services through the Genesis smartphone app. Most GV80s will have kind of an 8-inch screen in the gauge cluster with traditional dials, I'm guessing for tachometer, speedometer, so not a full digital panel that is becoming common in luxury competitors. You also get the expected passive entry system and push button start where you can keep your key in your pocket. But the interesting detail that they note here is that only the front door handles have the lock and unlock sensors. Most luxury brands would have sensors on all four doors, as well as the tailgate. Hopefully some of the upper trims are going to have this, but we'll wait and see the final details once the GV80 launches here in the US. Moving up to the advanced rear-wheel drive, you get a giant panoramic sunroof, the ventilated seats, the ability to use a digital key within your smartphone if it has near-field communication capabilities, wireless charging for your phone, a heated steering wheel, and a rear occupant alert. The Prestige rear-wheel drive brings in leather seats that also have active motion, or Genesis speak for massage. The driver's seat also gains added adjustability in the rear bolsters, as well as the leg cushion extension. You get 20-inch wheels, parking technologies like the surround view monitor and remote smart park assist, where you can kind of tuck your car into a spot or pull it out with your key fob. 3-zone climate is only added here on the top rear-wheel drive trim, which brings a good question. For people that have kind of that rear zone climate control, how often is it being utilized to separate and set a different temperature from the front zones? Do you put any value in having an independent temperature zone in the rear? The parking collision avoidance assist rear is also brought in on the rear-wheel drive Prestige. I would have liked to have seen this with all the other kind of standard safety tech. This helps automatically apply the brakes when in reverse and an obstacle is detected. Moving over to the all-wheel drive side of the ladder, we see that the standard all-wheel drive model actually aligns much closely with the advanced trim on the rear-wheel drive model. I think that the only thing that wasn't brought over was the Lexicon audio system. So again, all the 2.5T all-wheel drive models would get the large sunroof, ventilated seats, rear side shades, wireless charging, heated steering wheel, and other items that you see here. The advanced 2.5T all-wheel drive adds some of the items actually that were on the Prestige on the rear-wheel drive model. You have the leather seating, surround view monitor, blind spot view monitor, and remote smart parking assist. And you get larger wheels and the premium audio system. Climbing to the top of the 2.5T all-wheel drive ladder, we get another bump in wheel size, now a whopping 22 inches on the Prestige. This comes with a unique electronically controlled suspension that uses a camera to scan the road ahead and tries to adjust and prepare the suspension accordingly. You also get a heads-up display and road active noise cancellation, items that weren't available at all on the rear-wheel drive models. Okay, switching over to the Turbo V6 models, these are only available in all-wheel drive form. You get all the stuff that was standard on the base 2.5T models, so you're still getting the 14.5-inch screen, all the LED lighting, safety and driver assistance technologies. You're back to a heated leatherette seat on the base V6 model. You do get larger 20-inch wheels, larger brakes that help harness in that extra power and weight, and all of the V6s also get that electronically controlled predictive suspension technology. The V6 Advanced gets all the upgrades that the 2.5T Advanced got, so you get leather seating, surround view monitor, blind spot view monitor, the Lexicon Premium Audio Sound system, and the Smart Parking Assist, but it also adds some items that were on the 4-cylinder Prestige. So you get heads-up display, massage seating with additional driver seat adjustments, and the heated second row seat. The Advanced Plus adds the power folding third row seat. The third row seat doesn't look like it would be super spacious, especially when it comes to headroom, but that's something we'll definitely check out and evaluate once we can get into one of the GV80s. The King of the Hill 3.5T Prestige brings a lot of content that isn't on any other GV80. You get upgraded Napa leather seating, power adjusting second row seats, a fully digital 3D cluster, power operated rear sunshades, ventilated second row seats, second row vanity mirrors, power soft touch door closing, and an electronic limited slip differential in the rear for added performance. So pretty plush if you ask me. Here in our key content matrix, you'll see how different items are offered. So all but the base 2.5T rear wheel drive are actually going to have ventilated seats and a panoramic sunroof. There's wide availability of the surround view parking camera, and I think that's very nice. It's actually more common than the heated rear seats, and I like that since it's definitely a much more functional feature in nature, and I think one that would be much more useful day to day than rear seats that are heated. Is there anything that you didn't see offered on the GV80 that you would have wanted, or maybe something that you would have wanted more choice about? I know some vehicles offer sunroof deletes, or some vehicles, make things a little bit more flexible. So there's obviously a limited selection that they've done here with the various trims. So, what stands out to you in terms of something that you would like to see changed, or which trim do you think you'd choose and kind of works best for you? Let us know in the comments. Thanks.